In my 20 years in police work, some of the worst situations I saw started when somebody decided they were going to teach a stranger a lesson.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah.
Do you have anything in your hands?
Yes, I did. I had a knife.
Okay.
This kid is a lethal problem to me.
Okay.
Cops in Florida arrive at a house where mom says a 74-year-old man pulled a knife on her 11-year-old son for riding his bike on the sidewalk.
Hello. That's all we have to go off of video if we find video,
Yeah.
and then go from there and see if we can put the pieces together for an arrest or something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I'll be right back. Okay.
Sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Wow. Riding a bike lane, you get a knife pulled on you?
In Northern Wayne, I'm assuming there is cameras around those neighborhoods. So if they do some camera shopping, we might be able to catch a couple.
Yeah.
So
The best thing about these Ring cameras.
Every day.
I can imagine exactly if he was that adamant about putting a knife about it off of an 11-year-old. So that's bad on his part.
What's the clothing description? He said gloves?
He had like training gloves that were cut off, like weightlifting gloves, a beach hat, some glasses.
Okay.
I got ag assault, and then brandish a weapon, and go from there.
Want to run over there?
Yeah, if you have any cameras, anyone that you can see, the time lapse about 10 minutes before the call. Because when the call came out, I was at the church. I was like, hell no, I don't see nobody. Yeah. I'm right there.
I'm gonna go drive it first and see if I see the guy.
Okay.
And then I'll go back and start looking for cameras. It might be 1025 with our suspect in the area of 1555 Winter Springs Boulevard, Bear Creek Nature Trail.
Okay, maybe out with the potential suspect.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah.
Do you have an incident earlier involving something with a kid on a bike?
They're the gloves.
Okay, what happened?
He's coming down the sidewalk here. I don't know, 25 miles an hour. I can't judge.
01 Please, I'll be en route to
He's a
102.
big kid. He's got a helmet on, a big bike, and he's right down the middle. What am I supposed to do?
Okay. So what happened?
Step out of the way.
I told him to get the hell off the bike. I said, we gave you half the road. It says right there. There was a sign, one of those outlines of a biker. I said, you don't even have to read. Just look. It's a bike thing. And he goes, I'm sorry. And he gets over it.
Negative on the first part, but it's 10-4. It's probably going to be the subject.
Look, I'm 74 years old.
Okay.
I have a bad heart. I've got a bad skeleton. I'm trying to get some exercise.
Okay.
This kid is a lethal problem to me.
Okay.
Wow, he's on a bike?
150 or 70 pounds, somewhere in there. He's coming at me at 25 miles an hour. There's steel bars involved.
Making it sound worse than it is.
Mostly I get over for people.
Okay.
Okay, especially with dogs and the rest of that stuff, because I don't want to get bitten by somebody's dog. But this guy doesn't cede anything. It's just right down the middle of the highway, or right down the middle of the street.
Did he say anything back to you?
Just the time when he went over, he said sorry and he went over.
Okay.
But he didn't say anything before that.
Do you have anything in your hands?
Yes, I did. I had a knife.
Okay. Okay. Do me a favor. Don't reach in your pocket.
Okay. I walk with my knife because, of dogs and things like that.
And
there was a guy the other day. He has no leash on the dog. As far as I could tell, it isn't licensed. It's one of these derivatives of a boxer. I mean, those things have dogs that break apart.
Okay.
In 2 seconds.
The knife is in your right pocket?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to grab that out for you, okay?
Yep.
Can you do me a favor and turn around for me?
Yep.
Do you have anything else in the pocket?
Nothing in the pocket.
Okay. Any other weapons on you?
Yes.
What else?
I have a gun
Okay, where's that?
on my left side.
Okay, do me a favor, keep your hands up for me. I'm also going to grab that.
Yep.
This guy wants to be safe. I get it. Want to be out there with your knife and gun.
Is this your phone or is this?
That's the phone.
Okay.
To protect
Leave
yourself.
that there.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to put it up here. Okay, so we got a call.
You want to secure that in the car somewhere, maybe?
They're concerned. They're concerned about what took place. So right now I have.
And I'm concerned that they don't teach their children
Okay.
anything.
Well, that's a conversation maybe you can have. But right now I have another officer who's on his way out here, and we're going to start sorting through this. He's the one that talked to the family,
All right.
not me.
All right.
So if you just hang tight for me, I'm going to unload this. All right.
not wrecked. I mean, there should
not-
be no
nothing in
Go
the-
ahead and do it, but there should be nothing. You have to unlock it first.
You can stay there.
Okay. It's right by the back.
All right. So let me just.
Okay, the situation here has me a little bit nervous because he's being cooperative with the police officer here, allowed him to search his pockets for the knife, and he also said he had a gun, which, listen, in Florida, a lot of people in Florida have guns. Now there's no concealed carry permit needed, so you can have a gun, which is okay. But the way this is being handled gets me nervous because we don't know who this person is. We don't know if he has a criminal history. We don't know if he's aggressive. We don't know if he can be violent. To then take the weapon out, has obviously a magazine full of rounds in it, and he puts it on top of the car. Okay, that's the way he handles things. For me, in my experience, I would like to put that weapon inside the car, keep it away. We can always unload it later on. Being that close to this guy, he's not handcuffed. He's within 5 feet from him. He can jump on him, and now we're fighting for a live weapon. For me, again, I'm not criticizing the officer here. Maybe he's used to doing this more often than I am. I would just like to see him put that weapon inside of the car, secure it, and then we can continue the conversation with no weapons involved.
Get your information real quick.
The blade on the knife is under 4 inches,
Okay.
and it opens from the side. As far as I know, that makes it legal.
Okay. Well, do you have a concealed weapons permit?
No, I don't.
Okay. But not convicted felon or anything?
No.
Okay. What's your first name?
Richie.
And we'll mount.
So just to clear things up a little bit about the concealed carry permit in the state of Florida. Date of this video looks like it's 2024. That law did not change until I believe this year, 2026. I have to check that, make sure that concealed carry permit was not needed as of January 2026, I believe. I have to check on the date of that. Back then, I think it was necessary in 2024. The guy was cooperative for the most part. I would just, for my safety, I would feel much more comfortable with this weapon inside the car and locked and no access from anyone else.
Officers will put him in handcuffs. If it is him,
Okay.
if we are pressing charges, he will be going to jail
We
today.
need to know if we're pressing charges. They found him.
We believe he found him. We don't know
100%.
sure. But
Okay, well, they found someone who meets Rocco's description. So, would you like to speak with him? Because he needs a guardian to say yes to pressing charges. I said yes, but
Stepmom,
yeah.
if she says yes, that's fine.
Yeah, she.
Okay.
Well, my dad's gonna be home. There's my dad. So,
Okay.
all right. Yep. Okay. They found. Well, they're literally talking to the guy right now, Mom. So Rocco would have to go with them to identify him. So dad's here. Okay. All right. I love you. Bye. Okay. Oh, God. All right. This is done though.
All right.
Oh, here. Let me.
You can come over.
Where does he need to sign this?
So, well, parents can sign. Dad's here. I'll have Dad
Okay.
sign here where he's pressing charges.
Okay.
Rocco, you're gonna come with me in just a second, and then we're going to do what's called a show up. If it is the subject, I can't force you to say it's him. If you don't think it's him, you can't tell me it's him, because if you feel confident, remember, at the end of the day, how old are you?
11.
You're 11 years old. You're testifying that this is the person that possibly did this to you. Okay.
You gotta make sure.
You gotta make sure
it's
you're.
this guy.
Yeah, just. If you can't make a decision, that's fine. I can't hold you to that. You're not in any trouble. All right, I'm trying to help you out the best I can. Hey, buddy, I'm Officer Castro, Springs Police.
Johnny, did
John,
you find someone?
we did. So we have a very big, important decision that he's gonna have to make in just a short second. I'm just waiting to hear from the officer. If it is this guy, he has to identify him. If he can't identify him, he doesn't know. He's not sure. I can't move forward with the charges. We're still gonna go with the charges, but we won't be able to make him take an arrest if he can't positively ID him.
Where is he going to identify him at?
Well, I'm gonna take him with me. We got a subject right now. Not here. No, I got officers over there with him. We're verifying that in just a second. But yes, so you're the parent. I'm
Yes.
assuming you're gonna press charges for this.
100%. If you
All
pull a knife on my kid.
Absolutely. So
you
go
find
ahead
something.
and yep. So go ahead and initial this. And on the first box, you're gonna print signature today's date. Okay.
Because of the fact when the officers arrive, the alleged suspect wasn't on scene, we now have to do what's called a show-up, some type of identification procedure to know whether or not this person is the alleged suspect. We have a description. That's why the police stopped the man on the walking trail. Did make some admissions to, yeah, I pulled a knife out on the kid, and he described the kid as he was on the bike. So now, at this point, the child will probably go with the father inside the car, and he'll be able to drive by in the police car and see who they have stopped, and he can identify, say 100% yes or no, that's the guy. That's how you do a identification procedure.
You did the right thing coming home.
You did the right thing. Yes, sir. Your name. All right, buddy. So tell me the description one more time. All right, let me go verify this real quick, officer. If not, we're going to be doing that drive real quick, okay? And yes, we're pressing charges. Good to go. Victim's right for sure. Victim being a crime. I'll be right back, and we'll make that decision in a second. 117 and 112.
Good.
I'm going to read you off the description and tell me if you have a match, and then if you have a match, I'll do a show up with the victim.
102 to 117. I'm gonna give you a call.
Hey, bud.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hear?
Yep.
All right. You can probably just do the show up. This is him. He's acknowledging everything that took place. And I have the knife, and I also have a firearm.
All righty. Okay, we will do that.
So the description matches with the gloves and the hat. And then I asked him what happened. He said the kid was coming at him on the sidewalk, and he told him to move and had the knife in his hand when he did it. I didn't ask him about threatening or anything like that. I just asked him if he had anything in his hand when he did it. He said, yeah. I haven't read him his rights yet, so.
Okay, well, I will do the show up, and looks like he's taking a ride. So, Dad's here, and he is
Right
pressing
on.
charges.
All right, cool.
All right, thank you. Bye. All right, buddy, you ready? I'll be back, okay? I'm gonna go take him with me.
Want me to go over?
Nah, just him. All right, so, because we can't change his image of what this person looks like. So he is in handcuffs, all right? You're going to be completely safe in my car. He's not going to know what you look like. So I'm going to do 2 pass-bys, and I'm going to go real slow, and you're going to tell me if that's him or not. All right? Take your time making the decision. You got 2 pass-bys, and we'll go slow, okay? Take a breather. You got it. If you can't make a determination, be honest with me and tell me, because I don't want to lock somebody that's up, and all I got is your information, okay? So remember, this is a big decision. If you can't feel confident that that's him, just be honest with me and tell me no, okay? You're not in any trouble. You did the right thing.
100%.
You ready?
You gotta be 100%. And just look, they cannot see.
They cannot see you. You're in the back of my car, all right? He's not going to come and hurt
Trust
you.
me, they can't see.
All right? You ready? Let's go do this.
So this is very good. I love how the officer here explained to the young child, 11 years old, yeah, he's a big kid, but still, ensuring him that he's going to be safe, he's going to be in the police car, the suspect won't be able to see him through the dark tinted windows, and he's giving him comfort, letting him know, hey, listen, if you're not sure, if you're not 100% sure, it's fine. You don't have to make a decision. Just gotta be clear on it. And he told him a couple of times just so he's comfortable, and because of course he's 11 years old, he's very nervous. I like how he also reinforces the fact that you did the right thing here. You did nothing wrong. You told your parents, call 911. This guy should not be doing that. This guy should not be threatening people just because they're on a bike and a walking trail. I mean, come on, with a knife. And also the reason why the child is going alone and not with a parent or a guardian is because we don't want the child to be influenced by someone, because as they're driving by, a parent could say something, yeah, that's definitely him, or yeah, that's got to be him, right? And now you're influencing this identification procedure, and now it's tainted. Now this is not going to play well in court. That's why the child needs to go by himself and make his own decision, because he was the only one that was there and experienced the incident as the victim.
So the officer who's over there is on his way over here. He has the young man with him, and it's what we're doing is called a show up, just to make sure that you are the person that he encountered earlier.
Yeah, I didn't get 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so that's where we're at. That's what we're waiting on. He's not too far away. Shouldn't be but a few minutes.
117 and 1, you guys ready?
All right, so this is the officer.
All right, buddy, we're going to go real slow. And this is going to be the guy over here with these officers, okay?
Yep, that's him.
Yep, sounds pretty confident there.
Alrighty, I'm taking you back to your dad. Good job.
I think I know because of the gloves.
Okay, that's fine. Alright.
All right, Mr.
So that's another very important thing here. When they did the show up, it's important that the man was not handcuffed, because now that's also prejudging the guy they have on the street, which, again, he fits the description, yes. He told the officer, yes, that he did do this to the child, yes. However, the child, when he's driving by, if he sees the man in handcuffs, he's going to think, yeah, that's definitely the guy. But we got to keep it neutral when it's an ID procedure, no handcuffs. Once the ID is done and is verified, then yes, he's placed under arrest and he's handcuffed. But until that point, the police are not influencing the child's decision on whether or not this is definitely the guy.
Do me a favor, put your hands behind your back. We're going to put 2 pairs on you. I'm going to explain everything to you, what's going on in just a second. All right, Mr. You're being placed under arrest for aggravated assault. Okay, we're going to walk over here to the back of my car. Do you have anything else in your pockets at all?
I can remember.
Okay.
I mean, I've got, my own case has some money. And
Okay. Do me a favor. Just stand over here.
Yeah.
Put your chest up against the car for me, and slide your left leg out for me. All right. Have a seat.
Zulu Alpha, IL.
Always forget about that. Get you to have a seat in here.
Just up Broadway on
I'd be interested to see how this worked out in court. Maybe we can follow up and see what that's about. But this was all in all a good job done by everyone here. It's a shame that this 74-year-old man feels that he had to pull out a knife. That there's got to be lessons learned here, and I hope this child is not scared so much that he won't ride his bike on the sidewalk anymore, or at least ride his bike out in public anymore. The man was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The boy picked him out from the back of a patrol car. His dad signed the paperwork to press charges, and the man was taken to jail. And just to clear things up, Winter Springs police confirmed that riding a bike on the sidewalk is legal within city limits. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe.